Hello and welcome back to the final match here of the Gideon Trials on Top Deck. I am your host, LTD, and with me in the booth, as always, is good buddy EXO.
Yep, final match here. The coin is just within reach for me. This game could end it. I can already basically feel like it's in my pocket, and I can't wait to see what happens here.
That's correct, my friend. I have to stop you here. I've got the land and the Kismet in hand. Let's see if I can pull it off.
Yep, we're continuing the matchup of my blue-black reanimator deck versus LTD's ramp. I believe it's Bant ramp.
It's ramped to nowhere.
Ramp.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, ramp to nowhere. Love it. So lots of ramp, but not a lot of threats.
There
That's
it
kind of
is.
what I like to hear. We saw Evil Eye in the last game be one of my more standout cards. It's a good mid-range threat, good reanimator target. Just overall good card in my deck. So maybe we'll see it end another game. There's some ramp for me with the Felwar Stone on turn 2.
Yeah, it's a scary draft you put together this match here, EXO. You've got the ramp pieces your own self, you've got the reanimation pieces, and you've got the mill pieces.
Yep. And I kind of kept you off blue black. Like we saw you draft blue black a lot in the ancient cube throughout this whole duration of the trials. Now it's my turn.
That's right. Yeah, you got the material up on me, I think, in the draft, and that you can tell that I definitely was affected by it based on game one results. I mean, we're kind of running similar pieces, but you've got the better half.
Yep. There's a Kismet. So this is a way different game than the first one. Like in game one, you just had like 5 permanents at this point, and now you're saying, okay, let's slow the game down a little bit. Have your stuff enter tapped. Here's a Kismet, and that's one of the cards that
Yeah,
has been a really like MVP of the Gideon Trials, like in the ancient space. Like
insanely
what a great card.
impactful. Insanely impactful. Basically, the first game, I tried to ramp over you. It didn't work, and now I'm just trying to slow you down.
Yep. And there's the queen. I love that queen. It's just such a cool card. Not a whole lot of power on the board, but I do like how it can manipulate things and turn the tides in my favor in a really subtle way. Saw the disc in your hand. Maybe you slam it here. I mean, last time you did that, I didn't really do a whole lot for you. So
Yeah, I just disc myself to death. But I mean,
yeah,
it's really one of the very few effective catch-all removal pieces that's in the ancient space. When you see it, you should draft it, in my opinion.
yeah,
But yes, it can definitely cannibalize. I'll tell you what, though, that Sorceress Queen, if I could, buddy, it would be in Arabian Nights. I wish it was.
yeah, yeah. What a beautiful card. It's a really cool one. So you decided not to disc, which makes sense. But I don't know what you're doing with all that mana you have there. So
Well, you're not threatening me with anything more
nothing
than an
big.
elf. So I'm just kind of like, no need to panic. But I am definitely on the ropes, as indicated by the top deck square in the
Yep,
top of the screen.
yep.
I am very much needing to win this game, or else the Gideon coin will be yours.
Yeah, it's a good spot for me to be in. Slightly ahead in this game, still very early, but ahead in the match, all tied up in the trials. So this is pretty much where I want to be coming into game 2 of match 9.
What a beautiful board you've got over there. Soldevi Adnate, the Felwar Stone, the Sorcerer's Queen, the Whetstone. Very cool. With the strip mine. I'm going to frantically search my library for more ramp pieces. And
Ramp to
looks like,
nowhere.
yeah. I mean, you'd think, though, throwing a Zephid's Embrace on anything is going to be good enough, because then you can't mind games me.
Yep.
Can't hit me with the queen. So maybe it's just time. You've been slowed down enough. I'll clean the board up and then go with the Zephid plan.
Yep. So now the disc comes down. One turn after, it could have. I do love frantic search, just drawing you cards, seeing what options you had available, and still ending up going with the disc. Like it's a pretty good play.
Yeah,
Now
it slows me down one turn, but then maybe you wouldn't have played the Whetstone if I played it one turn earlier. So
that's
I am
true.
trying to get you to. I'm trying to tease out a few more permanents from you.
Yeah, but as soon as the disc comes down, I stop playing permanents.
Yes.
You're basically saying play with what you have, and what I have is, it's not nothing. It's not a lot of powerful creatures. In the strict power sense, like I have 3 creatures with
Right.
3 total power, right? So that's gonna take quite a while to get there. But
But
the
that's what I mean. You have the you've got the mill pieces too.
right,
So you do have multiple win cons in this draft of yours.
yep,
And watching it back in replay, I didn't realize when we were playing the game just how behind I was in terms of the draft. Because when we play, I don't know, let's just say 50% of it is your drafting and the other 50% is the games.
yeah, yeah. How you build the deck and the decisions you make in the drafts they're probably more important than the decisions you make in the game. Like before, like the round can be decided before we even sit down, shuffle up, and actually draw our first hands. It depends on how you draft, and that's one thing that I absolutely love about Cube. So of course you can make misplays in a game, and they can wreck you. You can lose because of them. But I mean, if you drafted the better deck, you can afford more misplays than your opponent.
Right.
So
Yep, that's what we're seeing here so far. You're going to go ahead and Limb Duel's Vault, which lets you look at the top 5,
yep.
then decide if you want to put them back in any order you want, or you could pay a life and then repeat the process
Yep.
ad infinitum.
Yeah, pretty sweet. I'm asking to look at graveyards here because of that Living Death I saw. Basically, I'm like, okay, who has the better graveyard? Do I want a Living Death here or not? So pretty important information. I'm gonna do it again.
Now, I want you to do it again. Will you do it again? I don't think you're going to do it again. You should.
So
I
explain.
wanted you to do it. Like, I was hoping that if one of us played that, we would do it a lot.
Right. I mean, it's a good card. So how's it read? So you look at the top 5. What happens if I don't want them?
If you don't want them, you can pay a life, put them aside, shuffle,
Okay.
put them at the bottom, and then do it again. I think I got that right.
All right.
So
Sweet.
you can repeat the process for just
So you
one
lose
life.
the 5.
Yeah.
I basically decided I wanted the Living Death.
Which is an obvious play. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I looked at the graveyards. I had the better graveyard. I threw the vampire away with the whetstone, right? With a little bit of self mill. The cool thing about the whetstone is it targets both players, you
Right.
know? So it's a self mill for me and it's a mill for you. So it's a way for me to win the game or a way for me to just put really good threats into my graveyard. So I know I'm sitting on a pretty sweet Living Death play here. I think that's the line I'm going for.
Right. This is my opportunity to get down a little creature, make it scary, and keep it there.
Yep, which is exactly what I want you to do because you just wiped the board with the disc, fresh board, pass the turn to you. You have all the initiative in the world, right? Like this is a good spot for you to be in theoretically, but I'm sitting on a board wipe as well. So I want you to play your threat so I can kill it with my Living Death and get everything that you just destroyed back. Just reverse the tables fully on you.
Right.
And that is a pretty good threat.
I like
white.
him. I mean, he's very expensive in a 3-color deck, but nevertheless, he's a good body on curve. If I can make him fly in hexproof, that's great. But I don't know. You have the Living Death lined up.
Ooh, and there, just flip it off the top. Like
yeah, because you got to cheat the order.
Yeah, I knew it was there. Just flip it off the top. You did exactly what I hoped you'd do. You played some really scary stuff. I got 2 of your creatures out of the deal. That worked out perfect for me.
Yeah, and I would say in the trial so far, that is the single most impactfully powerful play that we've seen.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, I think it was match 4 when I top decked a Wrath of God in the foil cube. It feels really similar to that, except for I knew Living Death was coming in this case, where that Wrath of God was just an amazing top deck.
Yeah, that was a miracle draw for sure. But in this case, just look at the complete swing of power here. It's just, I'm saying in terms of weight, I think that was the single most powerful play we've seen in 9 matches.
Yeah, very strong. I like that I set it up, and that's, I think, the first time we've seen Living Death, which we're talking about cards that encapsulate black. We saw that last game, and I think Living Death also does a really good job of being a black card. You know what I mean? Like this is what black magic feels like, which I love. Yeah,
it's your wheelhouse, buddy.
Yep.
And I respect that.
Yeah, that's what I understand more than anything. And going in with the 4/4 flyer, that's a pretty big threat here in the ancient space. It's going to get bigger as creatures die. You're under 10, so this is a big board state now all of a sudden, though. Frost Beast is back.
Yep, drafting will make you play things that you're not comfortable with. That's the way it goes.
Yep. I was definitely not comfortable with these ancient cards when we started this trial, and I've learned a lot through it.
Right.
Queening the Beast, pretty sweet. Nice way to kind of fog that attack. There's the Vampire coming in.
Right, absolutely no air defense, no removal.
There's my air defense.
Come on! Oh my goodness, just more land. Love it.
Yeah.
Just love it. You know. But one thing's for sure. If you could win the game by making more mana, I think I would have taken this trial. At least this match.
Yeah, I completely agree. Especially game 1, man. Like you had like 5 mana on like turn 2 or something absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that felt great. That felt almost like I was playing like some busted commander.
Yeah.
deck that was
Cozy.
ramping too.
Cozy
Yeah,
maybe.
pretty much Kozilek. Yeah,
All right, here we
he can
go.
pull that off. Oh my, just a white knight again.
Well, he's
Just
doing
like
his
the
very
last
best.
game.
He's doing his
Too
best.
little, too late.
Classic white knight.
Cannot do it. And that is going to be the end of the Gideon Trials. Complete and total victory going to EXO. Congratulations, good buddy.
Yep, thanks so much. Taking the coin feels really good. Great time walking through the trials with you, man. If you enjoyed this and you want to see season 2, let us know. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, drop us a comment, guys. And if you guys like watching this, we like making it for you. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, see you next time.